Welcome back to Doom Eternal. We'll actually be finishing off this level this time, thankfully. So, we take our battery pack and power up the giant mech spear thing. Yay!
Are there mech battles in this game?
No.
You know what kind of reminds me? It reminds me of the energy cells from Prime 3.
That's the first thing I
Yeah,
thought of, too.
yeah. The hub in this game also will give vibes off, or Valhalla vibes.
It's a solid energy spear. Great.
Yes.
You see, I wouldn't have thought to step on that. Because that looked hazardous. I mean, everything else in this damn area is red, hurts you.
It does look hazardous, but at the same time, it's not such a long distance that you can't just dash jump over it. So
you think
also,
Doom Guy's feet would be a problem?
I'm gonna pour one out for the developers here because, like, when you shoot shit, things fall out by the chunks and the pieces.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, all right, I need you to make this tentacle. Cool. I also need you to make like 16 variations of this tentacle.
16.
That's missing a piece here, a piece here.
They probably do
here.
have modular 3D models.
Yeah,
So that it's
Oh
not
my
like,
god, this game has fucking the fire bars from Mario.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
I never expected to see a passable live-action version of that, but now we know what the
It gets
what
better
the,
later.
What the
Or worse.
long-awaited Super Mario Brothers sequel movie should look
Oh no,
like.
we do legit Mario platforming in this game
Oh, great! Wonderful.
with the fire bars and everything. If you ever wanted to do a first-person view of what Mario seems like, yeah, you actually get that in this game.
The true Mario Brothers and Unreal Engine 4
Experience. Yeah, take no prisoners and all
Yeah.
that.
Nintendo, hire this man.
Hire this
Okay,
man.
so speaking of like tonally weird things, taking video games with wacky concepts and trying to make them into serious works of fiction. Have you read the actual Doom novels?
I have not, but I have skimmed a summary of them. All I know is that it ends with Doom Guy converting into a Mormon.
What?
What?
Okay. I was actually hoping that you might have had first-hand experience with it, because I have heard.
I mean,
unfortunately.
I have heard weird stories about the Doom novels, and
Yeah. So the first book actually tried to like recreate the story from the first two games, but there's 4 books, and so they just kind of went all over with it. And I don't know the details. All I know is that Doom Guy becomes a Mormon at one point.
A Doom novel, you say? Mm-hmm. Mormon.
Okay, because there wasn't much to work with when they were writing those novels, as far as I know. So
Not really.
Like, it's not a case.
Someone looked at the concept for he looks. Like
It's not a case like Resident Evil where there was plenty of story material to work with. Because when you think about it, classic Doom had about as much story material to work with as classic Mario did. So it's not exactly unexpected that a serious 4-book novel series would turn out about as weird as the live-action Mario movie did. But
I mean, this game references the books once.
Yeah.
do
Do you show off the man cave?
I do show off the man cave.
Cool.
Yeah, Doom Guy has an old PC, which you can play Doom 1 on. If you input Flynn Taggart in the passwords, you unlock Doom 2.
Oh, okay.
And,
a
I love
man.
when games have like older games in it as a bonus.
What's the man cave? Is it just like?
So
I will show the man cave, I think, at the start of the next
Is
part.
it in like the hub area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, I knew
after this level you unlock the hub,
I-
and there's just a bunch of
I
goodies in
knew
it.
I wasn't crazy to think of Shadow Warrior 2 because Shadow Warrior 2's hub had a man cave. Had a big old
Yeah, but that game sucks.
It does. It really does.
Was Shadow Warrior 1 good?
Shadow Warrior 1 was a stage-by-stage linear shooter, much like Doom.
Are we talking about
but was it? But that's not what he asked. Was it good?
Yes, yes, it was. It was good. And
Are we talking about
we're talking
the
about
reboot or the
Shadow
original?
Warrior 2013. It
Okay.
was
I
basically
haven't
the
touched
Doom
that one
2016. I think it was 2013. In any case, it was basically the Doom 2016 of that series. Whereas Shadow Warrior Classic is a game I think designed by the Duke Nukem 3D designers, if I'm remembering right. I think
maybe?
that sounds right. And
I know it's running on the same engine as Duke.
Yeah, same engine, same a level design mentality, very much like Doom in that it's labyrinth based.
Well, Duke Nukem was always just Doom, but
Yeah.
with a sense of humor, question mark?
Well, I'll say
Yes.
this. The main character of Shadow Warrior is a lot funnier than Duke Nukem ever was.
Whoa.
So, yeah. I mean,
I think the joke nowadays is that Duke Nukem isn't funny, which makes him funny because irony? I don't know.
well, maybe.
I mean, like if they made another Duke game, they would have to make it so that no one thinks he's funny, and that would make it funny.
Well, maybe,
So
but
make
it's
him
like,
more pathetic,
okay,
basically.
but the main character of Shadow Warrior is an asshole, but he's also a genuinely funny asshole. So I consider him far superior to Duke. Yeah.
Okay, so quick on-topic question. What did the potions do in this game?
Those are health.
Oh, those are health? Okay, alright.
Yeah, it's they brought back the icons from the old games.
Yeah,
Okay.
so in the original game, like the original DOS Doom games, the health pickups were just these little potion vials for some reason, and they thought, hey, why not? Let's just bring those back too.
Cool. Alright. So anyway, back to Duke Nukem.
Please no. But yeah, what I was saying about
Who's ready for first-person Mario platforming?
what I was trying. Oh, you weren't kidding.
Nope.
Oh God, you weren't kidding.
I screwed it up.
Somehow you survived.
Does it come back? Okay, good.
That one poor schmo from Volcano, really envious right now. You managed to survive being dunked in lava, whereas he just slowly melted away from ankle to knee to torso to head.
To the window, to the wall.
Okay, what
Anybody?
I was trying
Anybody?
to say about Shadow Warrior 2 though is that Shadow Warrior, the reboot was basically the Doom 2016 of the series, whereas Shadow Warrior 2 was this non-linear loot grinding fest kind of thing that was sort of, I
Oh.
guess, trying to be Borderlands or something. I don't know.
Oh.
So not good, and very heavy on bullet sponge as far as enemies were concerned.
Oh boy.
So,
I love me some bullet sponges.
eh. The thing is, I discovered both games at around the same time, thanks to Total Biscuit, and I guess at least I came too late in the party to be disappointed by a hype cycle in Shadow Warrior 2's case, but playing it was painful.
I never heard of it until you keep mentioning it. So
That's sad. Shadow Warrior,
I-
the good Shadow Warriors are really good games.
I saw the trailer for the new one. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The only reason I know about Shadow Warrior in the first place is because my sister was talking about this questionably racist FPS from the 90s.
Which
ooh,
one?
my favorite type.
Well, I mean, that's one way you can describe it, I suppose. It's not exactly a sensitive game for sensitive minds, but I think
No.
I think that ship sailed when Duke Nukem was made. It was like at
Yeah.
that point you can't really go.
Critics agree. Shadow Warrior is the best 8 out of 10 questionably racist shooter on the market today.
Well, I mean, Duke Nukem wasn't ever really racist from what I could.
Well, not Duke Nukem, no. I
remember.
think when they say questionably racist in regards to Shadow Warrior, it would be because the main character is Asian and kind of.
He talks in a very he talks like it's an old kung fu movie.
Yeah,
That's dubbed
that kind-
over.
Yeah, he's that kind of caricature. It works though.
And his name is Wang, and he makes a lot of penis jokes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that there. I can see that.
It's like I say, not as
It's the Austin Powers of Duke Nukem.
it's not a sensitive game for sensitive sensibilities, but you know, if you don't mind that kind of humor when it's done well, and I guess this is a weird way to describe it, when it's sincere.
you can tell the racism is really sincere. You know, they put heart and soul into the racism.
Well, I mean, there's a palpable but hard to describe difference between that kind of humor when it's just there and that kind of humor when it's actually like well intentioned.
It's a slippery slope.
It's hard to
I'd
describe.
say it's
but
a good
usually
example
what
is
happens.
I'd say a good example is comparing Punch Out on the NES to Punch Out on the Wii, where on the NES these characters feel far more like stereotypes, and on the Wii they feel far more like caricatures, which is not the same. Like
Well.
it is different. I wouldn't say that.
I would
that
say a
makes
more
it
accurate.
okay.
The NES game, I would say a more accurate comparison is the arcade Punch Out compared to
Pizza
'cause
pasta.
the arcade. Yeah. Oh my god.
Arcades. What are you talking about? Some kind of mythological creature?
They just released an arcade port of the Super Punch Out on the Switch. Oddly enough.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it
What?
just appeared on the thing today. Today
shit.
was when the Nindies thing happened, so I went on the shop to
eShop?
get Raji is what the game was called.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play it after we're done. But I saw it's like Super Punch Out's on there, which is really neat. If I remember correctly, the port of the original arcade Punch Out actually lets you set up the Switch vertically, so you can play the game the way it originally was intended to be, which is really cool. I think they let you do that for the Ikaruga port as well.
Yes, they do.
Awesome.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot Ikaruga was on Switch.
Yeah, I know.
But I
I
can't
have
enjoy
no
it because
excuse to
Nintendo
get it,
doesn't.
and I still haven't played it.
I can't enjoy it because Nintendo doesn't release games.
Nintendo.
The Nintendo had games.
What are you talking about? They're porting Pikmin 3. Don't you love that our commentary no longer is valid for like 8 parts?
Nintendo only had Origami King this year. Guess they're dead.
It's funny.
Well, it's okay. Origami King establishes that Nintendo can just announce a game a month before it's done.
It's funny
So-
because like we did the Pikmin 3 commentary. We mentioned like wanting a Pikmin 3 port. I mentioned that I was
That was the entire commentary
I mentioned
for the first
that
8 parts.
I mentioned that I was considering getting it on Wii U, and then like days after we finished, they announced the Switch port, and I was like,
Now you can't get it on Wii U. They
God.
took away the
They
ability
took
to
it.
download
Yeah, they took it off the eShop on the Wii
which
U.
is a dick move, I want to point out, because some people would rather play the game for $20 instead of $60. Gonna point that out there.
Wait, are they charging $60 for it?
I'm sure
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are.
It's Nintendo.
It-
Nothing's
it's-
ever for cheap.
It's safe to assume it's going to be 60.
Yeah, because it was $20 on Wii U, and they don't want people spending $20 on that game when they could be spending $60. So, like, I'm not gonna give Nintendo the slack on that. That's like legitimately a shitty EA tier business practice there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it'll be a massive improvement over the previous version either, because it was already an HD game.
At the very least, they were adding. Oh, that's cute. They are adding new content at the very least. So it's better than like real new content, not just Funky Kong, who's easy mode or something. So that's something, you know. Or in the case of Hyrule Warriors, basically no new content. When Dynasty Warriors content you can probably make in your sleep.
I get
So
why they took it off the eShop, though. Because if the game is there, people who just browse the eShop casually, who like still have a Wii U and do that for some reason, will buy the game not knowing that there's a Switch version coming out.
I just feel like it's shitty to not give people the option to buy the cheaper version, because $40 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. We were talking about Gears of War. This guy looks straight out of Gears of War.
Yeah, it kind of does.
We came all this way to get a new battery.
So who's this guy?
I need you to... so this is the Betrayer. 2016 in the lore talked about how the only reason that Hell invaded is because one of the Knight Sentinel warriors sold out the faction to Hell. And this is him.
In exchange for his son's soul,
Yeah.
who they put in the Icon of Sin. Whoops.
I thought
Yeah,
that
so-
was supposed to be Doom Guy, though.
It was rumored to be Doom Guy. It never said it specifically.
Okay, it was
so
just
a lot of yeah, it was a theory that it was Doom Guy who sold out his son, or sold out to Hell, but nope, it was this guy.
You can't even try to shoot him because your character goes into that. I'm gonna hold my
Yeah.
gun.
This
so
is the only
well.
point in the game that's like that, and it's kind of weird.
It is.
Why don't we shoot him, though?
I mean,
Do we feel
'Cause he
bad
had-
for him?
Yeah,
Shooting
so
him, it wouldn't accomplish anything.
Make him feel better.
so he was sad because his son died, and then Hell was like, "Hey, we'll bring back your son in exchange for knowing where the super secret batteries are." And then
He
they
was
brought
like, okay.
yeah they brought back his son, but his son was a big demon boy. And
so.
then he's like, "You betrayed me," and then he also was he betrayed them.
And that's why he's here. Oops.
Just slightly overshot the platform. No, I think you actually landed on the platform and then fell off the platform.
Is the platforming more precise in this game? Because I did not like the platforming in the... Oh my god.
A little bit. Yeah, it's literally Mario.
It does feel a bit more forgiving in this one.
Now we just have to... There's going to be a demon and we can grab the axe
Oh no, not...
drop him into the lava.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of that one part of
Wait,
Metroid Prime.
does that happen?
You don't grab an axe at the end of the level, but there is a demon that you beat by grabbing an axe. At the end of a level.
Do we drop them into the lava and then also axe them? Because I feel like
No.
that's what... I feel like if Doom Guy was in Mario, that's what he would do, is he would shoot Bowser a whole bunch, then drop him into the lava, then take the axe and start smashing him with it.
Yeah.
And then
Do
a
you
bunch
think we
of
could do
colorful
that
things
with
will pop out.
that
I want a
new
Metroid
Mario
Prime
64
HD.
port? Yeah, me too.
I want a Metroid Prime HD because I just blur my eyes and I feel I swear to Christ you're going through the Bagmore caverns.
That's what I was thinking.
Prime 4, so if I remember correctly, I saw on Twitter that Retro Studios is hiring producers for
Yeah, they're
Metroid Prime
looking
4.
for.
Well, a team producer, which means it's
Yeah.
for a certain aspect.
So yeah, I mean, I guess they are working on it. It's still being worked on, which is reassuring, because with some games when you don't hear about them for a while, sometimes you just assume that they just don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. But they are still working on it. At least it'll be a quality game when it comes out.
Well, hopefully.
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 Because the hard thing to tell is that most of the people who worked on the Prime trilogy are not there anymore.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but sometimes that lets the newer games be different in a way that's...
Yeah. The first three games still exist, so they have a foundation.
Yeah, and I feel
as long as they have people that know what they're doing, I think that's fine. Because the Doom reboots have almost no one from the original team.
Sometimes in odd cases, having a completely new team can produce better results than having the original creators involved. By which I mean, like...
Oh, why did I activate my extra life here?
Sometimes you just get fans of the series who, for one reason or another, have a better grasp on what was good about the series than the creators do.
Hi, random blue hedgehog.
man. I think...
the Cat O' Nine Tails from DKC too. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird reference to Pool, but
yeah. I feel like it's just an instance where, for Metroid Prime 4 in particular, I feel like it would be somewhat disappointing if it was just Metroid Prime 1 again, but in HD. So if they were to make it different, that would be more interesting.
I think only to the extent of whether or not Nintendo decides to release Prime Trilogy on Switch.
I'm not. What I'm talking about isn't really about making the games the same as they were before, but sometimes, in a weird way, developers start to get fatigued with creating a certain type of game, so they change things for the just to change things. Whereas then you get people who are fans of this older game coming in really psyched, not just to make a new game, but also to continue evolving the design that was already there. So you'll get a game that doesn't abandon things, but they still have new ideas.
I feel like that's why it's always best when games don't come out year after year, because on one hand, if you get the same game coming out year after year, then you get stuff like Mega Man 4 and 5, which are forgettable.
Yeah.
And then if you wait too long, then you get people getting pissed off that there's no new games coming out.
Well, it does kind of depend. There are a few series that have managed to remain fresh through yearly releases. The Yakuza series is the big example. But they also have like occasional breaks where they do something random in the middle, like Dead Souls, the zombie apocalypse side story. Were the samurai games, which we still haven't gotten in the West. God damn it, Sega. Alright, let's see.
Getting everything.
Wonderful.
Oh man, this game. Oh shit! If I ever play this, I have to 100% it because they make everything so crunchy when you find all the stuff. It's like, oh, you're going through the checklist, and it's like, you know what I'm actually reminded of? It's like the positive reinforcement version of the Crash Bandicoot boxes screen, where that's negative, where that's punishment for if you don't get everything. It's not technically negative reinforcement. It's punishment. That's your psychology lesson for the day. Where if you miss boxes, the game like drops them on you. But in this game, if you get everything, it's like ching 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 ching. It's like, oh man, that sounds really good.
I'm paying $10K in tuition every year for this shit.
Ryan, do you have the classic? Do you have the classic sound pack edition?
No, I do not. So we'll have to discuss that in the next part of Doom Eternal.